buns. Are we good? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Verizon. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. I'm Cheyenne, and I'm here with the air. And the air is. All right. I didn't sing it. Oh yeah, that's awful. Probably trying to film with the sun setting in the background. Yeah.
Jaguar Marching Band plays our national anthem.
And everyone on the bus turn off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to JTV's Game of the Week. I'm John Gallagher.
And I'm Max Silvan.
And we're here to bring to you a live matchup in the A-South division between the Central Regional Golden Eagles and your Jackson Memorial Jaguars. We're here at Jack Buntley Stadium to bring to you a live matchup between the Central Regional Golden Eagles and your Jackson Memorial Jaguars. What are you excited to see tonight, Max?
Well, I think coming off that tough loss last week against Brick Township, that 29-6 loss, you know, that Memorial offense really did play well. Mikey Gauntlet getting above 100 yards. Danny Barker looked good as well. And I think building off that tonight, they're definitely going to want to come back and get a win here, so it'll be interesting to see.
I totally agree with you. I think what's interesting tonight is Central Regional. Their last game was against Wall. It was a 41-6 loss after beating Toms River East 42-0. So definitely a little bit of a fallback there. Definitely not what they were looking for, but they are definitely going to be looking for a big win here tonight.
As we see here, we're going to get ready here for the coin toss, as we see in the middle of the field, as the players shake hands and get ready to choose.
Big night here for Jackson Memorial. After a loss last week, 29-6 to Brick Township, they definitely want to come back, have a good game, looking to get their first win in a conference game this year after their big win against Jackson Liberty.
Definitely, and we're going to see a potential school record broken here tonight as Mikey Gauntlet, the senior running back, tries to break the school record of career rushing yards, and potentially 6 yards more would bring him to 4,000 yards. So that'll be an exciting storyline here tonight.
I agree. Mikey Gauntlet, like you said, what a fantastic player he is for Jackson Memorial. He was a big part of the last two championships that they had, the back-to-back, and he's one of what I like to call the core four. And him, Kyle Johnson, Vinny Lee, and Joe DeMayo. So it'll be interesting to see. He's the only one left of those four, so he's got a lot to carry. But Vinny Lee's brother, Devin Lee, is on the field tonight for them. And it's going to be a great game here.
Definitely. As we just saw, Memorial has chosen to kick off here and defer to the second half, trying to see if their defense can hold strong. And you know, their defense, as strong as the offense is here on the Memorial Jaguars, the defense really holds its own. Last year, ranked 7th in the Shore Conference in points allowed, only allowing 11 points a game. And hoping to see much of the same tonight from this strong defense. You know, they have a huge senior linebacker, Zach Libertazzi, out early with a leg injury, and that's going to hold it back. But done pretty well on defense as we get ready for this kickoff.
Also out tonight for Jackson Memorial, Nick Nicosia, their main kicker, so that's going to be a big loss for them. As we get ready here for the first kick of the night, Jaguar Nation is alive and well tonight here, and we are ready for some football.
Who's gonna be the one? Who's gonna be the one?
And we are off. Short kick there, taken by Central Regional. It's being run up. That is Andrew Kelly. He stopped around the 35, it looks like.
That'll be kicked a little short there as the Memorial defense comes out. And the Eagles try to figure out what they're going to do on this first offensive drive of the night.
So, quarterback tonight for Central Regional is number 1, Joe Fowler. And he is a sophomore for Central Regional. And we'll see the first play of the game. It's a handoff, tries to run through the middle. He stopped and brought back for a short loss.
Tonight, you know, Dennis Corbin, their Central Regional's tight end, has really played well in these early 2 games this season, as the Central Regional Eagles sit at 2-1, and he is their leading receiver at tight end, so it's definitely going to be a big test for the linebackers here at Jackson Memorial to hold back this huge vertical threat. We get ready for the second play of the drive. What'll be 2nd and 9.
He snaps the ball, and he'll hand it off. He'll break free, and he could go 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Central Regional.
Pending no flags, that will stand at the touchdown and be the first Jackson Memorial Jackson Central Regional touchdown. The Eagles score quickly here.
It was a 65-yard run for Central Regional and a huge touchdown there. Definitely the way they want to open up the game after that disappointing loss last week. Jackson Memorial, though, definitely need to get their head in the game here after that one. It was a, just a good play by Central Regional.
Yeah, we saw very similar last week against Wall Township, giving up big runs, and yet again, that'll be good.
Score 7-0.
And like we said before, the loss of senior linebacker Zach Libertazzi has really hurt the core of this Memorial Jaguars defense, and we definitely saw that as the linebackers in secondary just let Michael Bickford of Central Regional really blow through the hole there and score a quick touchdown.
What do you think is being said on the sidelines right now, Max?
It's still early in this one, only a minute or so into the game, and it stinks definitely to give up a quick score like that, but now the Jaguars are going to have their strength on the field in their offense, and they're definitely going to be able to see whether or not they can come back and send a message of their own as we get ready for the kickoff here.
And it'll be number 4, Shane Black, kicking off here for Central Regional as they get set.
And tonight we're going to see a nice running back battle between Mike Bickford of Central Regional and Mike Gauntlet.
Good kick, and it's a touchback. And it'll be Jackson Memorial's ball. And it'll be at the 20-yard line. And we'll see Barker get his first play of the game here. And there's a flag on the play. That didn't take long.
Offsides.
Offsides. And that'll give them an easy 5-yard gain there on the penalty. And Barker will hand it off. Let's see. It may be a short gain there. As we take a look at this replay, lined up there.
A great stop there back at the line of scrimmage. You know, last season, in terms of sacks, Central Regional's front seven has been very dominant with 5 sacks last season. One of the reasons why they moved up to the Class A South Conference.
It'll be 2nd and 8 here on the 22. Hand it off, tries to run down the middle, and he's stopped. That was Mike Gaulick.
Trying to play to their strengths here, this Jaguars offense early.
And here we see, good option there by Barker, handing it to Gaulick, running down the middle. But I think looking at Central Regional's defense here, they're very, very big compared to Jackson Memorial's offense.
Yeah,
you got to be careful trying to keep running it. They're going to be able to stop you. So I think Barker's going to have to look to throw a little more in this game than he typically does. As he drops back for the throw there. Good throw, and it is Lee dropping it. And it's incomplete.
You know, you got to hold on to that. That'll be Brandon Mickens there on the drop.
As you see,
you know, when you get coverage like that for protection as a quarterback, you make that throw as he did there. To get it dropped really just hurts your confidence.
That's one there that you got to catch if you're Devin Lee. And there's a kick. Good kick. Waves off the fair catch. And it'll be down at about the 38.
Better field position here for the Eagles than they started on their last drive. And, you know, looking at...
That'll be Jack Ford with picking up the ball there. And it'll be a first down at the 38. 9:27 left. And it'll be Joe Fowler here, ready for the snap. And hands it off down the middle. And again, able to run through the Jackson Memorial defense is Michael Bickford.
And Bickford is definitely, much like Gaulick, is really one of the key players on this Eagles offense. One of the reasons why they made this transition from B to A South, as we see that.
The one difference between Gaulick and Bickford is size. Bickford is definitely a little bit bigger than Gaulick, as this whole team is pretty much bigger than Jackson Memorial. So,
and we've definitely seen that here on these first couple of run attempts, just bouncing off.
And that's what you lose when you don't have Zach Libertazzi in the lineup. He's not as big as some of these guys out on the field, but he has the speed that he's able to stop any guy in his sights, and not having him on the field, it's definitely hurting them as there's another handoff up the middle, and the helmet is knocked off. That'll be a loss there. as the Jackson Memorial Band is live and well.
That'll be tough.
We'll see this replay here.
Should be behind the line of scrimmage there. As he gets stuffed back about a yard or two.
That was Brandon Mickens with the run. And it'll be 3rd and 10 on their own 38.
Looks like we might see a little of the Eagles passing offense here. And they get ready to snap it off. Rolls out.
That goes out of bounds, and it'll be a 4th down scenario for the Golden Eagles. This will be Shane Black coming out for the kick for Central Regional.
Definitely a boost of confidence here, stopping them in a quick 3 and out to give the ball back to their offense is the kick.
It's taken, looks like that might have been Thomas Shevich. And that it was. So we got our first stop here, so we're going to get a player profile for Jackson Memorial. This is Danny Barker. He is a senior at Jackson Memorial. Something about him, he's in the DECA club, he plays guitar and snowboards. He's a 2-time state champion, and he's playing his 4th season on this varsity football team. His college plans are he's looking at ECU, FSU, Brown, Cornell, NC State, and UMass. And his intended major is business marketing. And his favorite pro team is the New York Giants. Speaking of the Giants, a big game coming up this weekend against the Redskins. They sit on Giants sit at the top of the division this year, so it's still early in the season, but they definitely want to keep that up. And the Redskins are struggling a little bit, as we see a 2nd down scenario here for Jackson Memorial after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 4.
This definitely won't be the only football game that these Memorial fans watch this weekend, as the Giants are obviously a big team in this area, and Sundays are always pretty crazy around here.
There you get a good carry by Mike Golick, and we've got our first Jackson Memorial first down.
And that will be a turnover there.
I'm sorry, there's a fumble on the play, it looks like. And let's take a look at this replay as Golick runs it up the middle. And looks like he ran into his own man. And did the ball come out? You see it over towards the right of the screen. It was picked up as we see it go back. If you pay attention behind him, you'll see the ball come out, but I'm not sure if his knee was down yet when it came out.
Still up there, and it looks like right there you can see his hand come down. And this will be great field position for the Golden Eagles.
A tough break for Mikey Golick and the Jackson Memorial Jaguars. Definitely not the way he wants to start off this game, going for that record. And that's very unusual for him to fumble the ball like that. Not often that he loses control, but it happens, so they definitely have to just come back from that.
Yeah, it's really, as we can see on this replay, the size of these linemen on the Golden Eagles from Central Regional are really, really giving Memorial a problem here tonight. On both offense and defense, haven't been able to get much of a run game started and haven't been able to stop the opposing run game, as we saw that 64-yard touchdown to start the game. Got about 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. 7-0 the score. Eagles up, and they are on offense.
2nd and 9, the ball is handed off. And that was to Bickford again. And it'll be short of the first down after a Devin Lee tackle.
Bickford definitely outplaying Golick here already in the first quarter. You know, that fumble really hurt them here, as taking more and more confidence out of this Memorial Jaguars team, who's really trying to just get another win in their under their belts.
And you'll see a 3rd and 2 situation for Central Regional. And they try to push through, and they do. And it'll be a first down and a little more. That was, it looks like an extra 4 or 5 yards there. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. And we'll see them line up. And they try to push through again. And it looks like he might have dropped the ball.
And that'll be a Jaguars recovery.
And it's a turnover. Jaguars get the ball. A good break there for them. After
Finally
a tough
breaking
situation.
through there, helping him out.
And it'll be first and 10 on the 26. And both teams getting out of the huddle now. And Barker hands it off to Golick, who breaks free. Tries to push it outside. He'll get the first down and more. A big hit, but he will get that first down. Good carry for him.
But it looks like there is a flag on that play down at about the line of scrimmage at the first down marker. We'll have to see that play.
And it's a face mask against Central Regional. So that'll be a very good advantage there for Jackson Memorial. Game was to the 39, and that'll bring it back another 5 yards here.
5-yard face mask penalty brings the ball to the 44-yard line. First down for the Jaguars.
It's always a penalty you got to be careful with. You know, you never know how much you'll get for it if you do commit the penalty.
Definitely, and the Jaguars are trying to make a big statement here, down 7-0, right around the midfield.
I think if you're Barker, you just keep going to Golick as he does here. He'll run it outside. Hurdles a man.
And
Ball
Golick
is
goes
dropped
down.
again. And it's Central Regional's ball.
And a flag.
And we'll see what's going on here. It looks like it'll be, I'm not sure.
Takes his helmet there and just charges into the ball. That'll be a personal foul, and the Jaguars tacked onto that play. And this has definitely been a very heavy turnover game here, as defenses have
4:12 left in the first half. Score is 7-0, and definitely not a penalty that the Jaguars want to be taking, and also a turnover that the Jaguars want to be
right after
giving
that.
up.
Right after that great run there by Mikey Gawklick to try and move the chains as he did there with that 15-yard run, to come around the other side on the outside and get hit like that again with his second fumble of the game is not the way that Memorial wanted to jumpstart their offense.
It looks like it's going to be a game of turnovers as it's thrown and it's out of bounds.
Had a little room there. Had a couple steps there on that Jaguar defender, as we'll see on that replay, but just not on target there by Joe Fowler.
And it'll be a 2nd and 10 on the 26.
The last thing you want if you're the Jaguars here is to let up another touchdown, making this a 2-possession game. So you're really trying to hold them here, maybe force a turnover, but you got to figure out what to do here.
And it'll be Fowler handing it off. And it looks like a short gain on the play.
Definitely a very run-heavy game here. Run, seems like all we've seen are run plays and turnovers.
I don't know if we even have a completed pass yet.
Had that one close one to Devin Lee on that first drive for Jackson Memorial, but dropped that one from Dan Barker. Well, the 3rd and 11 here.
And ball snapped. Fowler takes it, looking for an open man. Throws it up. And it's incomplete.
Double covered there on that attempt. Just didn't get to the ball.
My guess is we'll see them go for it here on the 4th and 11. They're in pretty bad field position here where they're just going to have to go.
Yeah, it's a little far for a field goal here in the high school
A little short
level,
for a
but
punt. So it looks like they will be going for it here.
you know, you have that 7-0 lead, and seeing how effective your defense has been against the Memorial leading rusher.
Fowler fakes the handoff, looking for a throw. He has open field, and he's tackled, and it will be short of the first down. So that'll be a Jackson Memorial first down on a turnover on yards. And we've got Cheyenne Newfield here with a standby interview.
Hey guys, it's Cheyenne Newfield here for JTV, and I'm here with
Olivia Ferret.
Okay, Olivia, what grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
And how much school spirit would you say you have?
Well, I come to every single football game, and I support the band and go to every competition.
Awesome. How do you feel this game's going to play out tonight?
I am confident that our boys are going to win.
Yeah, me too. All right, thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Olivia, for that awesome interview. As there was an incomplete pass there, a good throw by Danny Barker intended for Devin Lee, but it was just out of Devin Lee's reach. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here on the 23rd for Jackson Memorial. Score is 7-0, 3:01 left in the first quarter. And Barker ready for the snap, takes it, and he'll hand it off to Golick, who runs outside, cuts through a little bit, and he'll get a gain on the play. Not enough for the first down, but we'll get them a good field
Definitely
position.
see on that replay there the frustration in Mike Gauntlet's running, trying to run much harder now around the outside. And gets tackled there with a gain of a couple yards.
Definitely not something you want to do to Mikey Golick is irritate him on the field. He plays with his heart out there, and anything that he takes emotionally on the field, it shows in his play. So when you get him mad, you definitely got to be ready. And it's taken up the middle and a first down and more for Jackson Memorial. That was Golick on the carry. Can't leave the middle open for him or else he'll cut through pretty easily.
Definitely not, and Central Regional's done a good job of closing up that middle with their huge linemen and linebackers, but that play, the Memorial line finds a way to make a hole for Mikey Gauntlet as he gains that first down.
It's 1st and 10 on the 42. Barker takes a snap, hands it off to Golick, cuts through the middle. He'll keep pushing through for an extra couple of yards. It'll be about a 6-yard gain, it looks like, maybe a little more. And gets to the 49.
And we'll see on that replay there, definitely see some of his issues in terms of fumbling, ball security. Definitely runs a little looser with the ball. And I think that's one of the reasons why he has his 2 fumbles here tonight.
2nd and 4.
Tries to right his wrongs.
And taken by Barker, hands it off again to Golick. Cuts through, breaks around, and pushed out of bounds. I'm sorry, that was Danny Kellett, not Mikey Golick on that. And a great play by him.
Definitely trying to move it around here, that change of pace, running back, and Danny Kellett, as we'll see there, expecting the Mikey Gauntlet up the middle type of play, and gets out on the outside, and just nobody had his number, and a huge first down there. Definitely boosts confidence too.
And it's a pretty good night for some football tonight. Not too hot, not too cold. Not a cloud in the sky. As there we see it's handed off to Kellett. Cuts through the middle, gets some extra yards. A nice spinorama there. And a good gain. That's a first down. One thing I'm noticing, Mikey Golick was just on the sidelines taking a seat. Looked like he might have been talking to a trainer as Kellett cuts through again.
Stopped right about the goal line there.
I'm looking to see if I can spot Golick on the sidelines now, or if he is back on the field. He's back on the field now, so he's all right. When you're running up the middle with a bunch of big bodies with like Central Regional, you gotta watch out for your head. Definitely keep it tucked, and you don't want to get hit. And I'm pretty sure that they're probably checking him over just because of that. As it'll be a 2nd and 6. Barker fakes the handoff, and he'll try to avoid the sack, and he cannot.
And there we saw him try to scramble a little, get around it. We'll see this replay. Really have to hold on to that ball. The last thing you want here at the end of the quarter is to fumble and let go of that ball. Tries to make a play there, just couldn't, gets down and holds on to the football for a big sack, and we will see the end of the first quarter.
Score is 7-0. Central Regional over Jackson Memorial. And we're going to toss it on down to Cheyenne Newfield for a new sideline interview. Here's Cheyenne.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with.
Samantha Campbell.
And what grade are you in, Samantha Campbell?
I'm a junior.
Okay. How long have you been a dancer?
For about 15 years.
And you're on the dance team, that's correct?
Yes, I am. I'm the captain.
Okay. How long have you been on that team?
Since freshman year.
Awesome. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Ms. Cafera and Miss McCann for being great class advisors, and my coach, Bree Bull.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, Sam, for another great interview. And we just got word that Mike Golick has broken the all-time rushing record as he surpassed the former record holder. Great feat for him.
Definitely a good positive to go into the second quarter with. Obviously, chances are he is unaware of that accomplishment, but he will be made aware by the end of this game, and definitely a boost of confidence as he tries to come back and change his play.
It'll be 3rd and goal at the 15-yard line for Jackson Memorial after that Barker sack. Hands it off, and it's a very short gain, and it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do here. My guess is they'll go for it, but I'm not sure if you want to take that risk. At the same time, it is high school football, so it's very difficult for kickers.
Especially when you have that the injury at kicker and with the backup, and you're definitely going to want to weigh the options here, as it looks like they will go for it on 4th down.
I was talking to the starting kicker, Nick Nicosia, who is out injured right now, and he said, he wasn't even sure who was starting. So that's definitely a difficult situation for Jackson Memorial as we see the 4th down attempt from the 15, taken by Barker, looking for an open man, and he's going to run it. He looks for the throw, and it's tipped and incomplete.
Looks like it might have been tipped there into the hands of number 3.
And you see the replay here. Barker taking all the time he needs, but at the same time, it might have been a little too much as he throws it, and it is.
You can see there that tip, there was a Jaguars receiver in the back of the end zone.
That was Devin
But-
Lee who tipped it, I believe, or went through his hands at least. Might have hit a Central Regional defender.
Still not a bad situation for Memorial to be in at around the 15-yard line, playing defense here, and they're deep in their own territory.
And it looks like
the
there's
Jaguars.
a timeout. And we're going to take a look at another player profile here for Jackson Memorial. And it'll be number 8, Mike Golick. And Mike Golick is a senior for Jackson Memorial. He is a 2-time state champion. He currently does not have any college plans as he is undecided. And his favorite pro team is the Dallas Cowboys. I am with you all the way on that one, Mikey. I am a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. And they've got another big game coming up this weekend. I believe they play the Bears on Sunday night.
Sunday night.
So that'll
believe
be a good game and a chance for them to hopefully catch up to their rival New York Giants if the Giants miraculously lose to the Redskins, which I don't expect that to happen. But anything can happen.
Let's not count out my favorite team there, the Philadelphia Eagles, with their rookie quarterback really proving his worth, that they'll be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, another big team in this area.
It's been a good season for rookie quarterbacks this year. You know, Dak Prescott coming in for Dallas after Tony Romo gets injured, and then New England, I believe, started their
Jacoby
rookie.
Brissett last night.
And they wound up getting the win. I think it was 20-0. And you know, that's the first time that the Eagles have started a rookie quarterback since I believe it was the 90s. So, you know, a very interesting game that was. And just overall a good season for rookie quarterbacks, not just rookie quarterbacks, but rookies in general. As we see 1st and 10 for the Eagles, handed off. And it looks like that is Bickford, who broke free of a couple tackles, but he's taken down after a short gain.
Give him half a first down there, around 5 yards.
And takes it to the 24. As you see, Central Regional huddled up here. And it'll be 2nd and 6. You can hear Jaguar Nation in the background as the ball's handed off to Fowler. And again, looked like that was Bickford. And we've got a short gain again. Devin Lee's the tackle on him, which is very ironic considering Devin Lee is one of the smaller players for Jackson Memorial. Again, Vinny Lee's brother, one of the top players for Jackson Memorial over the last couple of years during their championship reigns.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen a good balance of inside and outside runs here tonight from both teams. Both really, depending on their strong star running backs, they'll do much of the same here.
And it's
Looks
interesting play on the field. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like a high snap originally, and
some
then-
sort of wildcat play. It seemed like they were in a wildcat formation, but
as we see a replay here, as it looked like it was a handoff. It was Bickford. We have an official timeout here to measure this. It looked like it was short, but we'll let the officials determine that one. As
that should be about an inch or so short.
it will be just short. And may not, they're remeasuring this. And that it'll be short. And it'll be fourth and inches at the 24.
Definitely going to be a high-risk decision here, deep in your opponent's territory, and it looks like they will choose to go for it. No, they will go for it here on our 4th and inches.
And I wonder, do they try to fake them out a little bit and not go for the run? And they don't do that. They will get the first down and a couple extra yards as they cannot stop. I think it was Bickford again.
Definitely a tough decision there, as we see on that play, but it pays off as number 21, Mike Bickford, does get the first down.
That'll be the 27. And there's a loss of yards on this play here. Bickford on the carry, but stopped by Jackson Memorial. And it'll be a loss of 4 on that play. As they're huddled up here. 2nd and 13. And let's see if they can get some extra yards on this one here. Taken by Fowler. Goes for a throw, looks downfield. An open man and an incomplete pass. Great coverage by Jackson Memorial defense. Trying to see who that was. And I think it was Devin Lee.
Doesn't look like
Tomaszewicz was around there. Might have been him.
Joe Fowler really trying to get the ball out a little further now, taking some risks with the 7-0 lead here, throwing the ball downfield, but has been throwing pretty consistently into double coverage or single coverage with the safety over the top.
A 3rd and 13. I'm expecting them to throw it here, but you never know. Jackson Memorial might be expecting that as well, and then they wind up running. As Fowler will hand it off, and they're able to stop. That was number 25, Kevin Chambers. And
the punting unit will come out.
It'll be a punt for Shane Black.
Not the way they wanted the drive to end there.
Tomaszewicz in the backfield with Devin Lee. It's taken by Black. Good punt. And it'll go past Lee. Tomaszewicz will actually take it and tackle from behind. And not the smartest option there, but he goes for it anyway. And while we have this little break here, we're going to do another player profile, this time with Jaguars number 7, Dan Kellett. Dan Kellett is a senior at Jackson Memorial. He is planning on looking at High Point, Monmouth, and Tampa for college. His intended major is he's looking at chemistry and biology. And a great athlete Dan is. He also does, I believe, track for Jackson Memorial. He's had some injuries in the past, but it hasn't seemed to stop him this year. So let's see if he can continue. Golick fumbles the handoff, and I don't know what's going on with him tonight. I don't know if he's feeling more pressure because of the record tonight, but someone needs to tell him he broke it because I don't know.
But it looks like he did get back on top of that in what could have been his 3rd fumble just in the first half. Luckily, finds a way to fall on top of that and take the loss of yards.
It's definitely not like him, as typically he's one of the best handlers on the field, but tonight is just not his night. As a flag on the play before the snap, and we'll see what we got here. Offsides on the defense, so it'll be 2nd and 5 here. Lucky for Jackson Memorial as Barker heads over to get the play call from his assistant coach. And you hear the "You Can't Do That" chants coming from Jaguar Nation, a classic, you know. Always something you hear in any sports game, whether it be football, hockey, or soccer. Very typical. As they line up for 2nd and 5 on the 43 here. And Barker will take the snap, looking for an open man downfield. And he's sacked from behind.
Had the blindside sack there on the coming around Barker's left side. Didn't even feel him. As you can see on that replay, the pocket just collapsed nearly immediately.
That's number 55, Jonathan Matuska, on that sack. So brings them shorter, or I'm sorry, longer than what they started with originally. With 5:28 left, 3rd and 11.
Two dominant play there by the Central Regional Eagles. After watching that early fumble on the first down play.
And Barker looks downfield, looking for an open Tomaszewicz.
Oh,
And almost picked off after the tip by Tomaszewicz, but it's incomplete. That was Anthony Holloway looking for that pick off, but not able to get it. 4th down for Jackson Memorial, and they'll bring their special teams onto the field for a punt.
you know, haven't seen a lot of action tonight from this Golden Eagles secondary, but in the few plays they've been making, definitely seen that it is one of their strengths.
You see Tomaszewicz ready for the kick. And there's a flag on the play. Let's see what's going on.
A false start will bring the Jaguars 5 yards back.
And it'll be back to the 32 for Jackson Memorial. We got a couple of halftime performances coming up after this second quarter. We have the Jackson Memorial Jaguar Band performing.
That'll be another flag there.
As we see what this flag is. But Jackson Memorial Jaguar Band performing their halftime show. And I believe we might have a performance from the dance team as well tonight, but I'm not totally sure. It's another false start against the Jaguars. Looks like they were trying to get them to go off sides or something and maybe get some yards, but this is not what they want to do here, is they just keep giving them extra yards.
The Jaguars punter will be standing back toward the 10 now, originally at the 20, and that's a higher snap.
And kick goes to about midfield. And it'll be taken by Jack Ford. And we're going to toss it on over to the sidelines for another sideline interview with Cheyenne Newfield.
5-yard line, first down, Tennessee.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with
Mr. DiEugenio, principal, Jackson Memorial High School.
Prestigious. Have you played any sports when you were younger?
I did. I went to Toms River North High School a very long time ago, and I played football for 4 years. I wrestled, and I was also on the golf team.
Wow. How do you feel about the football season so far?
You know what? Kids have been working really hard. As you know, they have Jaguar spirit and tradition, so we're off to a 1-1 start. But I think the best is yet to come. I really do.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, great.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, Mr. DiEugenio, for another interview as we had an incomplete pass there on first down. So it'll be 2nd and 10 on the 45.
2nd down, 10 for the Eagles at row 45.
And it'll be on the 45.
Not the play they wanted there, but got a little bit of a bounce on it.
Fowler lining up here with his team. And 4:51 left. Takes a snap, looking for a handoff. Instead, he'll fake it for a throw. Looking downfield. And it is
Complete.
caught. Anthony Holloway on that completion. We've got a penalty. It's a holding on Central Regional, and that will take them all the way back, thankfully, for Jackson Memorial.
And you know, Anthony Holloway already had 3 touchdowns this season, so definitely a deep threat that Memorial is trying to hold back, and they couldn't there, but got very fortunate on that holding play.
And it'll be 2nd and 25. That's a 15-yard penalty. As we see here, them lining up. This is some pretty bad field advantage here, but you never know. They can easily get those yards back on one play.
Saw that on the run play just before, on the completion downfield, that deep pass.
As Fowler will take the snap here and hand it off. Running it outside. That was, I believe, Brandon McKins. And
see that replay there.
Good carry by him, and that was about 15 yards.
Right there, you see that great block there by that Central Regional receiver. And you know, so much we focus, especially in the pros, about catching the football, but blocking as a receiver is so important at this level and at the pro level.
As we get ready here, you can hear the "Let's Go" defense chants from Jaguar Nation as they are ready here for the 3rd and 9. Fowler fakes the pass, and then he is sacked. Not able to bring him down as his defense goes in to support him, but it will be number 75, Jimmy Zapata, for Jackson Memorial. That'll force special teams on the field for Central Regional. 3:16 left.
See on that replay, just ran right into the defensive lineman of the Golden Eagles for a loss after regaining much of that 15-yard holding penalty yardage back.
And that was a good play. A.J. Tomaszewicz and Devin Lee in the backfield. Kick goes up, and that'll be taken by Tomaszewicz. Picks it up, and they're saying,
believe
they said he's down. So as we talk about A.J. Tomaszewicz, we're going to do another player profile on him. Number 12. He is a junior for Jackson Memorial. He is a varsity leader in football, basketball, and golf, and he's a 2-time state champion. College plans, he's looking at Duke, Vanderbilt, Monmouth, Texas, Ohio State, and his intended major is accounting. And his favorite pro teams are the Green Bay Packers and LSU Tigers. And what a great player Tomaszewicz is for Jackson Memorial, as he was a crucial part last year when Barker got injured and almost picked off for by Central Regional, but he was not. As it'll be 2nd and 10 here for the Jaguars on the 29. And as I was saying with Tomaszewicz, you know, he came in last year when Barker got hurt. There were a couple, I believe there was a time where Joe DeMeo was hurt as well, and he had to play a couple of games, and then Kyle Johnson wound up taking over a quarterback for the Jaguars. So definitely a diverse team that was last year. Luckily, they haven't been too bad with injuries this year. Just, you know, Nick Nicosia and Trevor Lubertazzi, or I'm sorry, Zach Lubertazzi. So hopefully they'll be able to keep it up this year. As it's taken by Barker, handed off. That is to Golick. I believe he breaks through, and he could be going at 50, 40, and he will cut to the middle, spins around, and down at about the 27. A great run by Golick. That's about a 46-yard run, it looks like.
Definitely what he needed as this first half starts to come to a close here with 2:30 left. Definitely didn't have the best first half on this historic night for him, but
and a short gain there. 2:16 left. That was Golick on the carry. That's a gain of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Jaguars on about the 24. I'm sorry, 26. As Barker is ready for the snap. Looking for an open man. He will hand it off to Golick, who cuts through. He should get the first down, but he will be just short, it looks like. And timeout.
The last thing you want here for if you're Memorial is to have to kick a field goal or go for it on 4th down. You know, a minute and a half about left here in this first half. Luckily, they will receive.
This is a great opportunity as we send it on down to Cheyenne Newfield for another sideline interview. Cheyenne.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the JMHS cheerleading seniors, and you guys are?
Tori, Cassidy,
Morgan, Sam,
Kristen,
Maddie.
Caitlin. And how's the season been treating you guys so far?
It's been good. We haven't had any competitions yet. Competition season starts in January, but so far the games have been pretty good and everyone's dedicated and we're doing pretty good.
Awesome. What kind of work goes into preparing for a game?
We have conditioning practices, tumbling practices. We do a lot of stunting, and it takes a lot of dedication and hard work to put our squad together and make it happen.
Wow, okay. You want to give a shout out to anyone?
Our coaches.
Our coaches are really good this year. They encourage us and help us encourage the boys and get Jaguar Nation into it. So we just really love our coaches.
1, 2, 3. Go Jags! Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, ladies, for that great interview. As we are back here for 3rd and 1 for Jackson Memorial after measuring that one. It looks like there's a little bit of confusion with the refs here as and there's going to be
Stoppage of play there. Seems like the referees were still a little confused on the
timeout central. And there was a little bit of confusion. And we've got time for another player profile. This time we got number 54, Larry Richardson, another senior for Jackson Memorial. Larry is a wrestler. He's the student council vice president, and he's also a 2-time football state champion. College plans, he will be looking into Florida State, and he wants to study athletic training. And his favorite pro team is the Green Bay Packers. Great guy, Larry. He's been in a couple classes with me, and he's very down-to-earth guy off the field. And that's a lot of what determines how you are on the field is like how many minutes you get. How good of a person you are can play a big factor.
Definitely, especially on a position like the O-line that does arguably the most amount of work and gets the little amount of credit, as we'll see.
And it'll be pushed through by Golick. He could get more. Touchdown, Jackson Memorial! What a run by Mikey Golick, an 18-yard run. And it looks like he's back in the game now. A tough first couple plays for him early in the game with the 2 fumbles that were recovered by Central Regional, and then the one that he was able to recover himself, and now he's got the touchdown, and definitely back in this one as we're getting ready for the extra point attempt here.
Yeah, just talking about that O-line, and they did a great job blocking on that play, allowing Golick to get into the end zone to tie this game with 1 minute and 33 seconds left. See that kick, and it will be blocked, and the game will not be tied. It will stay at 7-6 Central Regional.
But let's not forget something. They do have they are going to be receiving for the second half. So that is a very big advantage, and I don't know if it was blocked or just a bad kick there.
Seemed like all the pressure there from the rush on the outside just dazzled. The kicker
Regional Golden Eagles 7, Jackson.
couldn't
it'll
get
be-
under the ball.
It'll be 1:33 left in the first half. 7-6 Golden Eagles over the Jaguars. As the Jaguars will be kicking it to Central Regional. As both teams are starting to line up here for the kickoff. Almost the end of the first half. It's been a good game so far. You know, both teams are competing very hard. There's been a couple of mistakes on both sides, but overall, just a hard-fought game for these guys.
Definitely more of a defensive game. Seen a couple turnovers already.
Kicking off for the Jaguars, number 51.
And there's the kickoff, a short kick.
He wasn't kicking the extra point either.
And there's a fumble. And it looks like
It will stay Central Regional's ball as it seemed to go out of bounds.
it was a good opportunity for Jackson Memorial, but unfortunately it went out of bounds. As the refs are talking on the sidelines, so I'm not sure if it's about that.
Unfortunately, we don't have any replay abilities here.
Yeah, the refs can't
At the
review
high
that
school level.
just to see if it was indeed out of bounds. But nevertheless, it'll be a 1st and 10 on the 32 here for the Eagles.
Down for Central at their own
And
2-yard line.
here we see Fowler handing it off. Breaking through the middle is Bickford again. And he'll get a short gain on the play.
Mike Bickford on the carry.
There you see a replay, cuts through the middle. That's their handoff by Fowler.
37-yard line.
It was a short gain to the 37, but it'll be 2nd and 5 as Fowler will look to throw, finding an open man, and then
That'll be his
tackling him is Dan Kellett. That was
Complete from Fowler to Holloway. First
Holloway with the catch on the first down.
ball at their own 48-yard line.
And snapped. Fowler with it. Looking for an open man. And it's through his hands.
Fowler's pass is incomplete. It's in for number 13, Darius
straight through the hands of A.J.
defending for the Jaguars.
Tomaszewicz.
Central at their own 48.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 for Central Regional as they line up here. If you can force 2 quick plays, you know, get the clock stopped, you might get an opportunity to go for it if they can get it far enough down the field towards the end of the quarter. Ball is going to be run. That'll be Bickford breaking some tackles again. And what a big body he is and able to bust through that Jackson Memorial defense.
Definitely seeing a huge difference between the dominant running backs for both of these teams. Mike Gaulick, as we saw in that last play, definitely a smaller, undersized, quick running back. And Mike Bickford of Central Regional, a bigger, harder runner.
Fowler looking downfield for an open man, and it'll be intercepted. And they're saying it was dropped, but I don't think it ever hit the ground. Kellett's arguing it.
Looked to me like it may have dropped, or he might have trapped it down on just around the 20-yard line.
Second down 10.
An unfortunate moment there for Jackson Memorials. That could have been a great opportunity to get one last drive. As it'll be, I believe, a 2nd and 10 opportunity. And Fowler will probably look to go downfield again. It's a pass to Holloway. And his helmet comes off again. That's Holloway. And he does not look all right after that one. He looks a little shaken up.
Looked like there might have been a shove there. Shoved his head down after the hit.
Nick
with
Tremble
his helmet off.
with the tackle after Tomaszewicz held him down. And it'll be a timeout for Central. Their last one. 3rd and 9, 17.4 left for Central. And we're going to get another sideline interview with Cheyenne Newfield. Cheyenne.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with,
John Pitlack.
and you're a senior, correct?
Yep.
Okay, what would you say the purpose of Jaguar Nation is?
Pretty much just get loud, get the football team into the game. It's a home atmosphere. We want to make it feel like that for the football team.
All right, and do you have a significant memory from high school you'd like to share with us?
Probably watching us win a state championship as a sophomore and then getting into Jaguar Nation and leading as a junior and just helping them win 42-14. It was awesome.
Awesome. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Shout out to Mikey Golick for breaking the all-purpose yards record at JMHS.
Awesome. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, John, for that great interview. And we got the halftime coming up. A couple of special performances, and it'll be a great time for both the band and the dance team as we get set here for the last part of the quarter and the half.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a deep pass here just to see what they can do by a score of 7-6.
They got 2 opportunities here on the play.
Jaguars 39-yard line, 3rd down 9.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 here on the 39-yard line. That's Jackson Memorial's 39. And Fowler takes the snap, looking for an open man downfield, and he's sacked! And no timeouts left, so it looks like that'll be it unless they try to rush it here.
No reason to do that if you're Central Regional.
And they will try to rush it, actually. And that'll be it for the first half. The score is 7-6. Golden Eagles over Jackson Memorial Jaguars. Great game so far.
Jackson Memorial Jaguars 6.
As we've got a special behind-the-scenes look of the JTV bus for you here. Something special we put together for you. So there you see some of our control panels. You see our some of our cams. We got some some monitors.
Master control, as we like to call it.
There was our director, Mr. Harry Ferrone. And we got some very hard-working kids on that bus. And they've been doing a lot of great work to put this entire feed together for you, and we hope you're enjoying the live stream. As that's the end of the first half. 7-6 is the score. Golden Eagles over the Jackson Memorial Jaguars. And stay tuned for the second half of this A-South matchup.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
You didn't stop.
I'm late for work. Thought I could make it.
It's my first day of school.
He's only 7.
I know, but I'm going too fast. I'm not going to be able to stop. I'm sorry.
Are the judges ready? From majors, is the band ready? Jackson Memorial High School, you may now take the field in exhibition.
You have the power to save a life. Cardiac arrest isn't rare, but surviving it is. Over 300,000 people suffer from sudden cardiac arrest every year. About 8% survive, and it's not only the elderly that can experience these life-altering events. The #1 killer of young athletes is sudden cardiac arrest, because a young athlete dies from cardiac incident once every 3 days in the United States. About 80% of cardiac arrests that occur are outside of a hospital. About 89% of those victims don't survive because people around them don't know how to perform cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It's very simple. You can help save a life. The American Heart Association changed its protocol for the public to hands-only CPR, which means when a witness cardiac arrest occurs, a bystander, like you, can call 911 and begin external chest compressions immediately by pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest while awaiting arrival of the first responders. So, what do you do if you see a person collapse on a sidewalk due to cardiac arrest? Imagine you're walking along a park. You see a person suddenly slump to the ground. The person stops breathing and begins to turn blue.
Look at that guy over there. Oh, what?
We'll check to see if the person is responsive or not.
Sir? Sir? Call 911.
Hello. All you need to do to begin the life-saving technique of chest compression is hands-only CPR, in the middle of the chest, hard and fast. Run to the school or nearby building to bring an automatic external defibrillator, or AED.
Grab the AED.
Place electrodes. Place electrodes. Place electrodes. Do not touch patient. Analyzing rhythm.
The emergency responders then can arrive, take over CPR, administer oxygen, and prepare the person for transport to the hospital. 55 on location. We have a 45-year-old male in cardiac arrest. Bystander CPR in progress. Scene is safe. You've done a great job, sir. Thank you very much. It's very straightforward. Your immediate action can help save a life. Learn hands-only CPR.
Join me, Terry Bradshaw, as I explore all that's new and exciting about the USA and Canada and what people are doing in order to make a difference. It's an easy way to see what's happening across your own country. Welcome to Today in America. The Northeast has played a dominant role in American history and continues to be a major powerhouse today. Join me as we journey to one destination among the original 13 colonies. Situated about halfway between New York City and Philadelphia, Jackson Township, New Jersey, is one of America's best places to live, work, and to play. Established in 1844, the town was named after President Andrew Jackson. Its primary economic driver at the time was agriculture, and while some farms still exist, Jackson Township has transitioned from a rural to a developing community. Its population has more than doubled since 1980, and today, Jackson Township is home to around 58,000 residents. Known by many as the gateway to the Jersey Shore, it's the largest township in Ocean County and the third largest in the state. It spans over 100 square miles, 8,500 acres of which are considered developable land. All of this room to grow makes Jackson Township a place flourishing with development opportunity.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this A-South matchup between the Central Regional Golden Eagles and your Jackson Memorial Jaguars. The score is 7-6, Eagles over Jaguars, currently being decided by a missed extra point for Jackson Memorial. And we're getting ready here for the kickoff. It'll be Memorial's ball to start the half. Picked up by Caldwell. He'll run it. He'll get some space going down the field. Gets to the 40, gets even more, and he's pushed out of bounds at around the 50. What a run for Jordan Caldwell. A phenomenal play by him.
Jordan Caldwell, obviously a player we haven't heard a lot of tonight.
And we're going to have a sideline interview with Cheyenne Newfield.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with.
My name is Jason Diaz. I'm the band director at Jackson Memorial High School.
And how proud are you of the Jaguar band? Would you say they work hard?
Oh, they work immensely hard. They've been here since August. They were here in the 100-degree heat. They have a huge commitment to this program.
Awesome. How long have you been a musician yourself?
Oh gosh, I've been a musician since fourth grade, so that's, 20, 25 years. Been doing this on and off, and then I became an educator about 12 years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
Do you enjoy teaching music to these young individuals?
Oh my gosh, I absolutely enjoy working with these kids. You get to learn so much about them, and it's not just about the music, it's about their personality and getting to know their family, and it's a great job. I'm here all the time. I wouldn't do it unless I loved it.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, Mr. Diaz. Mr. Diaz is a great man and a great teacher at Jackson Memorial. As we're back here, and the throw down the field is dropped. It is
drop
just
passes.
incomplete.
Really been
Matthew Moore there.
Haunting these guys tonight. A couple drop passes there.
I was so ready for that catch. And it's dropped. It'll be 3rd and 12. But as I was saying, Mr. Diaz is a great guy. Does a lot for the school, not just the band, but he does a jazz band. He's also the conductor of the pit for the Jackson Memorial Musical.
Definitely, I had Mr. Diaz back at McCullough when he was on the other side of town, making the transition between the two schools, and 6th grade band director, a jazz band director, and he really just cares a lot about music and educating kids.
And it's not just about what he does for the music, the person he is. He's a phenomenal guy, and it's great to have him here with the band to represent this school. As Barker's pass was incomplete to Matt Diamore there. And it'll go to 4th down.
Not the way they wanted to start tonight. That first drive, you're down by a single point. You just want to get in range, and couldn't do that with 2 big drops there.
And that was very unfortunate for them, as Jordan Caldwell had that great run to start the half off of that kickoff return.
Definitely watch special teams here. That's been a struggle for Memorial tonight. They will barely block that one, and continue to roll.
They let the ball drop, and it'll go to the 15. And we're going to go back to Cheyenne for another sideline interview. Here's Cheyenne.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with
JMHS dance team captain Brielle Migliaccio.
What grade are you in, Brielle?
I'm a senior this year.
And how long have you been dancing on the JMHS dance team?
I've been on the team since my freshman year, and I've been a captain since my sophomore year.
What is it like performing in front of these people supporting JMHS?
I think it's awesome to be able to dance for my peers. I enjoy it so much, and I love representing the Jaguars.
Awesome. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
I would love to shout out my amazing coach, Bree Bull. She volunteers her time, and we couldn't thank her anymore. And I'd love to shout out my amazing teammates. Like, I would love my girls so much, so thanks to them.
Perfect. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, Brielle, for another great interview. And that was a great performance during the halftime for the dance team. And it was great to see all of them come together, and their students from both Jackson Memorial and the Performing Arts Academy who come together to represent this dance team for this school. And, you know, it's a great thing to watch, as it'll be 2nd and 1 here on the 24 with 10:26 left in the third quarter. It is the Eagles' ball. And Fowler takes the snap, hands it off, trying to push through for the first down, and it looks like they will get it. That was Bickford on the carry.
And it just feels like all night so far the momentum's definitely been with Central Regional, even though you saw that Mikey Gaulick 11-yard run before the end of the half. Coming out strong here, running the ball with their star running back Mike Bickford.
As it'll be a 1st and 10 on the 26 for Central Regional. During the halftime, we got to look in at the score of the Jackson Liberty and Lakewood game going on. The score was 13-0 at the half at our halftime when we checked. So we'll try to keep you updated on that game as well throughout the night. And it looks like there will be a flag on the play, and that'll give us some time to do another player profile. And this one will be Jordan Caldwell, a senior for Jackson Memorial, number 3. He is a national level hurdler, and his college plans, he is undecided as far as where he wants to go, but he wants to major in business, and his favorite pro team is the New York Jets. We've seen all sorts of teams here. And, you know, it's been a great matchup here for both of these teams, as the score is 7-6, Eagles over Jackson Memorial. And it'll be 1st and 15 after a false start, or I'm sorry, a delay game. And it'll be run here, trying to pick up some extra yards.
Should get all the penalty yards back on that run.
And it'll be 3rd and 10 here, I believe.
Should be 2nd and 7.
I'm sorry, it'll be 2nd and 6. My apologies.
Running the ball right down Memorial's defensive throat, really been helping and leading this Central Regional offense so far, and doesn't seem to do much different here.
And again, it's run by Mike Bickford, and it'll get past the first down.
Bickford definitely above 100 yards so far in this game. We're only not even halfway through the third quarter.
And they'll get it to the 50-yard line. And Fowler will take his time calling the play here. A Jackson Memorial, either a blitz here for a sack or trying to get a turnover here would be ideal for them. You know, down by 1 point, definitely want to get that back as Bickford takes it again and breaks free, and he's tackled and will get the first down, it looks like, unless his knee was down before.
Looks like they're
Gaulick got the tackle.
Getting ready to move the chains, and they will.
So it will be a first down.
And you know, we see the rush coming on the outside during these blitz packages, and just running the ball right through the middle again and again is Central Regional with their big, strong running back in Mike Bickford.
And Fowler is ready here for the play. He will probably look to Bickford again, and what do you know? He does. But this time he is tackled for looks like it might be a short loss, about a yard on the play. That was Nick Trumbull on the tackle.
Loss of a yard on the play, second down, 11 from the goal Eagles, Jaguars 40.
They are literally just sucking all the energy out of this Memorial defense out here on this first offensive drive of the second half, and chewing away at the clock too at the same time. So
Jackson Memorial has had plenty of opportunities. Jaguar Nation going insane right now trying to pump up their team. And it's faked. And he's going to look for the throw, and there will be another first down for Central Regional. And they just keep on pushing.
they are definitely doing a great job moving the chains here on this drive. Definitely over 10 plays so far, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see anywhere between 15 to 20, and they are really defending on their run game so far to move them down the field. That being the first pass attempt of this drive.
And again, Jaguar Nation with the Let's Go Jaguars chance. They got to step it up a little bit here if they want to stay in this game, down by 1 point.
Definitely going to silence the stands here with a touchdown, so don't want to let that happen.
And Fowler will hand it off again. This time it'll be to Brandon Mickens, who is taken down for a loss. And it looks like, is there a flag on the play? Yes, there is. Got a signal here of what it is. Phil Jenkins had the tackle for the Jaguars. I'm just not sure what the penalty here is.
Going to be a
It's a
Memorial.
personal foul on Jackson Memorial.
Players showing their motion there. Get that call as that'll move 15 yards down the field. Definitely not what you want here, especially after a big play like that.
No, not at all. And like I was saying earlier, they definitely need to try to get a turnover here, as there's been some difficult times here for them trying to get the ball back. And
looks like they'll have two wide receivers set out to the left, empty on the right.
Fowler hands it off. There's a flag on the play, but play continues, and a tackle for a gain. And we're going to take another sideline interview with Cheyenne Newfield.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with
Vance.
and
Mike.
they are members of the JMHS band. So how much goes involved in preparing for a performance?
Oh, we have so many practices before, we have a performance. Usually they're 3 hours, we go at night and we do all these run-throughs, and we go very intricate with all the music, and at the end of it, we perform, we go through all the run-throughs, and we try to do our best, and it's a really intricate process.
Awesome. What roles do you play in this band?
I'm the section leader of the baritone section.
And?
I'm the drum major.
Awesome. Do you guys want to give a shout out to anyone?
Shout out to my family because they're awesome and they raised me.
Shout out to Mr. Diaz. You the man.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Cheyenne, thank you, Mike, and thank you, Vance. Pass is incomplete. And we've got another flag, and this time it goes to Central Regional, and it'll be a hold. Shout out to Mike and Vance, two of my good friends, both very crucial leaders in this band. Vance saying he's a drum major, very important role, and the section leaders as well. Mike, they have to help their sections with the music and their field positioning as well.
42-yard line. It'll be first down.
And it'll be first and 30. First and 33 here for Central Regional, as a series of plays there, just brought them back. There's a holding call. That's what I like to call first and cross country on this one. And well, they do have 3 plays here. And Fowler will look downfield, and that is over the head.
Dan Kellett could have had a play there had he saw it come in earlier, but
Trevor Lauro did a great job there of holding up his man. And since we're talking about Trevor Lauro, here's another player profile coming up for you. Trevor is a senior at Jackson Memorial as we take a look at this profile. And he is a 2-time state champion as well. His college plans, he's looking at Rutgers as a potential college, and he wants to major in construction and management. Or I'm sorry, construction management, not and management. And his favorite pro team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Almost said Philadelphia there, but Pittsburgh Steelers. And big hit on Bickford. And that was Larry Richardson on the tackle. And that's the size matchup that you need with Bickford. Larry is a very big guy, very broad, and a very skilled football player. So it looks like they're going to have him matched up there a little bit.
3rd and 32.
Good news, they got a yard there. So, 1 yard closer to that first down. Instead of cross country, it's more like 49 states now.
Getting back to that first down. The original spot would be big for them here. They are.
Fowler looking to hand it off, and Bickford will carry and won't get enough as he got about 5 yards there, it seemed. Or I'm sorry, it looked like it looked about 4 or 5 yards. And what do you know? Larry Richardson with the tackle to stop him again with an assist from Nick Tremmel.
Trying to get some life back into this Jaguars team as they've just been beaten down through the run game, and this will be punted off.
4th and 29. As it'll be a kick there by Black. And it'll drop down and go into the end zone for a touchback. Score is 7-6 with 4:13 left in this 3rd quarter. Jackson Memorial with a good opportunity here to hopefully get back in this game after some good defensive play and a couple of bad penalties by Central Regional, forcing them to a couple of long situations.
Still not the worst situation though. Pins it back at their own 20-yard line.
And if you're Jackson Memorial, I wonder if you go with a pass here, try to throw them off a little bit. Barker will hand it off though. And it looks like that's Kellett taking it outside for a gain. Good carry by him. It looks like they're going to go 1 yard at a time here.
Definitely, and really with this, how close the game is, it's going to come down to who can pass the ball better. Not in terms of volume, but in terms of accuracy and completions, and we haven't seen a lot of those here tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how in this second half, with 3:45 left in the 3rd quarter, how these teams will incorporate the passing offense.
Barker will hand it off again, and breaking through the middle this time is Golick, it seems. And another couple of yards there on the gain. And you can hear the student section of the Eagles. They were chanting, "Let's go defense" for their team. Good crowd over there for them as well, as both schools are out here for a good football game.
Pretty solid run there.
Barker will hand it off, and this will be Golick breaking free for first down and more. Gets an extra about 7 yards on the play. And a great job by him. Barker goes to the sidelines for the play call, and it looks like Golick's coming out and Kellett is going in.
Definitely that change of pace back, getting that first down,
That's the good thing you have with Kellett and Golick. You have two small offensive players who can definitely run the ball, so you don't have to rely on one fully. And you can give them each a break a little bit. There's going to be a flag on the play. It looks like it was going to be offsides, and that it will. That's on Central. It's a 5-yard penalty.
44-yard line. It'll be first down and 5.
So I'll go to the 44 for 1st and 5. 2:35 left in the half.
That obviously.
I'm sorry, the third quarter. My apologies.
That'll help out Memorial there a little, give them an extra 5 yards closer to midfield.
And Barker takes the snap, looking for a handoff to Kellett. Tries to break through the middle, but will get no gain on the play. Might have been a short loss, if anything.
Gain of a yard on the play. It'll be second down 4 for the Jaguars at their own 45.
It'll be 2nd and 4. So we wound up getting a yard on that. On the 45-yard line, that's their own 45. 1:45 left in the third quarter. The Eagles band playing now. Kellett will run it, looking for a gain, and he'll get a couple of yards.
Should be 3rd down there.
About 3rd and 2.
This Eagles team has had a pretty good run defense so far in this game, but it's kind of collapsed a little on this drive. It'll be interesting to see if they can pull it back in here.
It'll be 3rd and 1 on the play here, but that is a long one. And Barker takes a snap, handing it off, and breaking through the middle is Golick, and he gets the first down.
Looks like at first it might have been a little short, then bounces off the first defender and comes around the side. You can see there, has him head on and then works his way, fighting for those extra yards as he normally does.
And wasting no time here, Jackson Memorial coming in for another play. As there's an offsides there, and that'll be another 5 yards. 1st and 5 for Jackson Memorial.
Down to the Central 44-yard line. It'll be first down and 5.
And it'll be about 23 seconds left here. 7-6. They'll probably get about one more play off. And Barker takes a snap, looking for a handoff. He will find Golick, pushes through, and he's getting the extra yards to the 20, to the 10, and he's tackled down just short of the goal line. And what a carry by him. That'll be about a 40-yard run, it looks like. Here you see the replay and a great run by him, a good block. I believe that's Richardson there, and that it is.
First down for the Jaguars. Goal to go at the 8.
And tried to strip.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. The score is 7-6. Jackson Memorial is losing to the Golden Eagles as we are getting ready here for another sideline interview with Cheyenne. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with proud members of Jaguar Nation.
I'm Jordan, Allie,
James,
and Deetra.
How do you think the game's going to play out tonight, guys?
We're going to win.
Yeah, we're going to win. Even if we lose, it was still a good game, good sportsmanship. Everybody's doing good.
Good answer. Okay, how proud are you of this football team?
Very proud. We will love we love this. We're proud. I can't talk. There's nothing I look more forward to than coming out here on Friday nights and watching games.
How important do you think it is for students to come and support sports events?
It's extremely important.
You gotta show school spirit. And the whole, grades unify each other. You know, everyone comes together as a family. Let's go, Jags. Let's go. Jags, yeah.
Let's go, Jags. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, guys, for another great interview, and thank you, Cheyenne. As you saw some members of Jaguar Nation there during the interview, both talking to Cheyenne, and then we had some footage of some extra members over in Jaguar Nation. Now that we got a little bit of time, we got to Interesting story for you guys about this Central Regional team. Central Regional is actually disqualified from playoffs this year, as well as Toms River East, after a fight broke out. After 3 players were ejected from the game from each team, and it was last Friday night that this occurred. And they did not release the names of the players, but this is the NJSIAA cracking down on incidents on the field, and it's definitely good to see that happen, and trying to send a good message and saying that fighting will not be tolerated. And it's a shame, you know, Central Regional here, as you see, they look really good, and just a situation like that, it's difficult to see a team have the playoffs taken away from them, but it's good that it's being cracked down on, and there definitely needs to be a stop of fighting on the field, as the ball was fumbled there. It looked like that was Garlick again, but he picked it up.
Definitely not a good sign here. You're trying to punch in those the extra points to take the lead, and hit what looks to be his 4th fumble of the game, 2 of which have been turnovers, 2 of which he has fortunately got back on top of.
And second and goal on the 8-yard line. And my guess is they'll try to run it here again. Barker hands it off to Garlick, who breaks free. And he's tackled short of the goal line.
This is a huge test now for both teams. Liberty Memorial offense, rushing offense, is picked up a little here on this drive, and after that long rush by Mike Garlick, trying to punch it in, but then also this big, strong-willed defensive line of Central Regional is really going to try and.
So 3rd and 4 on the 3rd and goal on the 4-yard line here for Jackson Memorial. And Garlick will run it, and touchdown, Jackson Memorial. Mikey Garlick on the short run, 4 yards, and we've got a good football game here. 12-7, Jack. What a run there by Mike Garlick.
Definitely, you know, really been pushing hard today, trying to make up for those 4 fumbles, and does so with 2 touchdowns so far. Definitely not a bad game for Garlick for all that's happened. We'll see a attempt at a kick here.
I'm surprised they're not going for it here. You figure they'd want to get that extra point that they lost before. And Tom Shevich, I'm sorry, will get that kick. So it'll be 13-7 Jackson Memorial over the Eagles, and a very dangerous score is the Eagles are only a touchdown behind and to tie it, and then with that extra point they can take the lead again. So again, I'm kind of a little surprised that the Jaguars didn't go for it, because you're only going to get the extra point, or the extra points through a touchdown. You're not going to see field goals very often.
True, but I think also the other way that they look at it, if you miss that 2-point conversion, you're down 12-7. All it takes are 2 field goals to win the game, making it 13-12. So tries to play it safe there and take the extra point, hoping that they can just hold Central Regional.
I think you know what this means. I think they just need to get another touchdown then. That'll secure the lead for them.
Yeah.
Both teams are lining up here for the kickoff. And it'll be, looks like number 52 or 51 kicking it for Jackson Memorial. And it'll be number 51. Set. Here we go for the kick after that touchdown by Jackson Memorial. Goes down the field, a decent kick. It goes to about the 25. Tackle. That was number 2, Eli Allen, carrying that. He's actually one of the quarterbacks on the team, so interesting to see him in the backfield taking the reception.
Golden Eagles ball from 27-yard line. First
And we've got another player profile coming up for you here. And it is number 59, Phil Jenkins, a senior at Jackson Memorial. Something about him, he enjoys watching The Office. I feel you're on that one, Phil, my favorite show. College plans, he's undecided, and his favorite pro team is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Not a bad choice.
In your eyes, maybe. And the ball is dropped. That was intended for Cody Anderson.
Definitely a big decision here on this drive. They're down by a touchdown. And the Golden Eagles are going to have to decide whether they're going to want to make this a run-oriented or a pass-oriented drive. As we see that first pass attempt, incomplete, almost picked by the Jaguar secondary as we'll wait.
My apologies. That was actually intended for Holloway earlier, not Anderson. And we got a run here, and that'll be Bickford getting the extra yards and a touchdown for Central Regional.
Just when they thought they were back in it, Bickford does it again.
They've got to find a way to stop him in this game. Hopefully they can stop the extra point attempt here and keep the score tied.
You know, comparing these two running backs, Bickford's had 2 touchdowns now, and Gauntlets had 2 touchdowns. By the eye test, Bickford's had the bigger plays. No fumbles so far, so Bickford's really outplaying the home running back here on what should be his big night.
And it'll be Black taking the kick, and you're right there. Bickford has really just stepped up. And kick is up, and it is good. Score is 14-13 Central Regional over Jackson Memorial. 10-11 left in the half in the game. And
definitely not what they wanted here on that.
Definitely not, and it'll be interesting to see how quickly they can come back from that, and if they can come back from that. Touchdown is needed here. I mean, they could get away with a field goal, but you're better off getting a touchdown and then hopefully going for a 2-point conversion, making sure that they can't come back and take the lead off of a field goal. As Jackson Memorial takes the field. And both teams are lining up here. It'll be Kellett and Lee in the backfield. Black kicking.
Definitely not the situation Memorial wanted to be in after that 8-yard run for a touchdown.
And it's been a great game so far.
As it seems, Bickford has probably eclipsed 200 yards at least.
Jaguar Nation is getting a little rowdy over to our left and trying to bring some momentum towards this Jaguar team. And a short kick, it'll go out of bounds. So a flag will be on the play. And we're going to toss it on down to another sideline interview with Cheyenne. Here we go.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with
Mr. Noble.
And can you tell us what new is happening in JTV?
There's a lot of new things. You guys will notice everyone's watching. First of all, we're live with everything now, which is awesome. So we're live on our Cablevision channel 77. We're also live on live.jacksontelevision.com, which you can get to from computer or mobile phone anywhere in the world. You can watch the game as it happens with all the replays and all the graphics. But a couple other things, we're doing player stats cards now, which is really cool. So any players in any of the sports we shoot, you just go to playerbio.jacksontelevision.com, fill it out. We pull your picture automatically from the yearbook, and there's a nice little card with all of your information in it that we'll bring up. So that's awesome. And just, got a new crew, a new year. Everything's going amazing. I'm just super excited. It's going great tonight. Really is.
Perfect, thank you. You heard it right here, Jags. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Cheyenne, and thank you, Mr. Noble, for that great interview. I mean, I'm sure I have to say that since he is my boss, but it is a great interview. As we see a run here by Jordan Caldwell, and he'll take it up to around the 38.
A broken tackle there right along the sidelines. Had a pretty nice view of it from here.
It was a good kick. And Caldwell taking it from near the 20 and running it outside. Breaks the tackle there.
Done a pretty good job here tonight. Kick returning and punt returning.
It's interesting that they have him in the backfield too for that. Typically they have, they'll have Kellett, and then typically it's Devin Lee. I'm not sure who was off the field on that one. I think it was Lee, as there's a handoff and no gain on the play. It might be a short loss. That was Golick.
Looks like a short gain of possibly a yard.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. You're right, Max. For Jackson Memorial here on about the 38. 9:38 left. 14-13 is the score. Snap taken by Barker, hands it off, trying to break free is Golick again, but he is tackled down again.
You know, the strength of this offense is definitely the run game with Mike Golick and those big offensive linemen, but with just around 9 minutes left in this game, being down by a point, you're going to have to really start relying a little more on your passing offense.
I think the problem here with relying on that offense is you don't have a guy like Kyle Johnson to throw to anymore. It's a very difficult situation for them. They have A.J. Tomaszewicz playing wide receiver. And the ball is taken by Golick, who will run outside, break a tackle, but no gain.
Lose about a yard there.
It's a very difficult situation for them, as they're going to have to punt it again. At this point, they're starting to run out of time a little bit. They do have enough time left to get one, though.
Probably get another drive in here.
But if you're Central Regional, you definitely want to force this to be as drawn out as possible to cut the time. A bad snap, kick.
Not a great kick either. That'll take a Central bounce.
Not too good of a kick, but it is at about the 42, and we got time for another player profile. This is number 15, Matt Diamore. He is a junior. He's on 2 varsity teams and puts a lot of focus on his schoolwork. College plans, he's looking at Rutgers and Monmouth University. Intended major is business. His favorite pro team is the New York Giants.
Seems like a good kid.
All these kids on the field here are good for Jackson Memorial. We got some great students out there, and not only put their focus on football, but other things in the school. As there's a big hit by, it looked like Chris McEwen. It'll be no gain on the play. I'm sorry, gain at 1 yard on the play, so 2nd and 9 on the 43. And Fowler and the rest of these Golden Eagles are ready for the snap. And Fowler takes the snap, handed off to Bickford, but he is stopped.
Tell this is really more of a time management type of scenario here for the Golden Eagles, just trying to run the ball and hold the clock.
Gain is to the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down 7 for the Eagles.
As I believe that's Sean Martin coming off the field. And 3rd and 7 for these Golden Eagles. And they line up for the snap. Just looking at the size of their offensive line, you can see the size, and there's a timeout taken by Central Regional. And we're going to toss it on over to Cheyenne for another sideline interview.
What program are you involved in? You say like ROTC and then you say color guard. Thanks, guys. I'm here with
Sean Candido,
and Ashley Schmidt. And what high school programs are you guys involved in?
ROTC.
And color guard. And what is involved with these programs?
ROTC is basically a militarized program and gives you an insight of certain aspects of military life and how it go on in leadership courses. It's a very helpful program. It definitely took me from being a kid, from being misfit to a lot more mature in leadership positions, and to see an insight of what life can really be like.
Awesome. And
color guard is a lot of fun. We spin flags, and I don't know. It's just a different environment because nobody else is on the field, and learning drill and all this other fun stuff. It's fun.
all right, cool. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you, Ashley. And thank you, Sean, for that great interview. Ball is pitched over to Bickford, who's going to look for some space. A flag on the play. He's tackled, but we're going to wait to see what the penalty flag is. It's a holding against Central Regional, so a good break there for Jackson Memorial. Declined. And it'll be 4th and about, looks like 14 here for Central Regional at their own 39. So that'll force a punt with 6:15 left.
Definitely did a good job there of holding, milking the clock. Got about 2.5 minutes there.
High snap, but a kick. It'll go back to Lee, who takes it. He'll run it, looking for some space and then a tackle. And it'll bring it to about the 40. And
What very well could be the final Jaguars offensive drive of the night with about 6 minutes left. One last shot here to...
They might get lucky and get one more in after this, but if I'm them, I think I want to try to draw this out as long as I can and hopefully get that touchdown. As Barker will hand it off to Golick, who cuts a nice stiff arm there and runs it out of bounds. And a great play by him. And so much for taking their time on this one. They're going right down the field.
You have your pros and cons when you do that. Yeah, you want to score when you're down, but you definitely don't want to give this Golden Eagles offense too much time on the clock, because we saw how fast last time they scored that 72-yarder.
And you got to wonder with these two teams, how much left do they have in the tank? It's been a hard-fought game, and they've both got to be drained by this point. But they don't stop, and they keep going. And Barker here will look downfield for an open man, and it is just through his fingers. Looking for a flag is
I don't think it's going to be there.
I'm sorry, is Matt Diamore. And it'll be 2nd and 10 at the Central 40 here.
Really been impressed so far tonight by the Central Regional secondary. Both their cornerbacks and their safeties have played very well.
Golick will take it for a run and pushes it to about the 30, it looks like. Not enough for a first down, but brings it close enough to give them another good opportunity.
And you know,
so 3rd and 1.
With the kicking situation that Memorial's in tonight, definitely not the optimal choice to try and kick a field goal, but looks like they will.
They won't get the first down. Golick was short. Tackled by Bickford.
This may in fact be the play of the game here. Looks like they are going to go for it.
I think you have to at this point. It's 4th and 3 here. And he'll probably hand it to Golick, who looks like he might be a little injured off of that hit. You know, Bickford, a big man on the field. You got to be careful when you're going up against guys like him, but Golick just doesn't stop and he keeps going. As the snap is taken, he'll pitch it back to Golick, who will try to run it, and he is tackled again.
Got stuffed there. Read that play out to a T and took down Golick, who looks to be banged up already.
So it'll be turnover on downs for the Golden Eagles at the 35. 1st and 10, 4:31 left.
Golick walking off the field gingerly, and now he stumbles.
I was worried about this. He's seemed injured all night, and it's been a interesting time here. As Golick looked like he was hurt on that play before, and then he tried to come off the field on his own and just fell to the ground.
Yeah, and you know, when you have a great change of pace running back like Danny Callett, they could have pulled out there. Definitely not as studied as Golick is, and chose to push him through in the late minutes to try and get that first down. Couldn't do it. Took a big hit as well.
Jackson Memorial sidelines have taken a knee for Golick, and it's never something you want to see, especially out of your star players, and we hope he's all right.
And the whole feel of the stadium has dramatically changed.
We're going to throw it on down to Mr. Ferrone, our director for tonight, down at the sidelines. Take it away.
Hey, Harry Ferrone here. Thanks, guys. Tonight's director just took a moment to slip off the bus to say to my crew, hey, great job tonight. You guys are doing a fantastic job. It's a hot, humid night out here, but the camera crew and the technical crew on the bus today really killing it, doing a great job, okay? Hey, Mr. Noble, great job with the stream. JTV rules.
Mr. Ferrone has dropped the mic and left the building. And thank you, Mr. Ferrone, for those kind words. And you can see what we deal with on an everyday basis here at JTV. You know, it's a lot of fun, and it's always a great place to be. And we all love what we do, so it's a great time. And we all bust each other constantly, so. And I'm looking to see where Golick has gone. I haven't seen yet, as there's a tackle there on Bickford, and a flag is out. And Golick is just on the sidelines. So seems like he's going to wait it out a little bit. 10-yard penalty to Central Regional, so that'll be a good opportunity for Jackson Memorial defensively on this.
After seeing that injury, I can't see them pulling Mike Gauntlet back out, even if you see another play. You know, you have Danny Kellett out there. You have the run support of other players. You know, they always say next man up, so hoping for Golick's sake, they give him the rest of the night off.
And Fowler takes the snap, and Bickford will run it, find some space, and tackled. And there's a player down, and I'm not sure who it is.
Looks like he'll try to walk it off, number 55.
That was Jonathan Matuska. Fowler will go to the sidelines for the play call. Second and 7, my apologies, for the Eagles. 3:25 left, and they definitely want to try to buy up all this time. But at the same time, you got to think, if Jackson Memorial is able to get another touchdown, they're cutting the clock short for themselves by running it down.
Definitely, especially when you're. That'll be on.
False start on Central, and that'll bring them back even further to the 12. 2nd and 12 now.
Not a good place for them to be here.
Not only does that give the Memorial defense some extra yards to help them out, but it also stops the clock, which you don't want to stop the clock in this situation. They've run it down so much that all you can do is try to run it even more. If they were, maybe a minute earlier, then they would want to stop the clock. But ball's handed off to Bickford, who will try to run it outside, looking for some space. He will find it, and he goes down about 3 or 4 yards short of the first down with 2:53 left. And I think Jackson Memorial's got to start thinking about taking some timeouts here.
Definitely. They're about 2 first downs away from this game ending, so they've got to make a stop here on a 3rd down play.
And you can hear some fans in the background. They were yelling to them to call a timeout, but they did not as they line up here. And Fowler will take the snap, looking for Bickford, who will try to run it, but he's stopped. It'll be 4th down, and I think you're going to have to go for it here if you're Central Regional. You don't want to give Jackson Memorial that ball. Timeout called by Memorial. And the band is live right here.
He asked me there, of course, they're trying to run the clock more, but I think they're definitely going to have to punt it here. They're in a good position to get them pretty deep into their own territory. And they know that...
We're going to toss it on down to Cheyenne for another sideline interview.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with...
Tom Del Monte.
And how much do you say you come out and support JMHS sports events?
Anytime there's a football game, I'm out here. It's times like this, down by 1 point with 2 minutes left, that you really get to see the heart of the Jag, and I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world.
How has your experience been at JMHS so far?
Oh, it's been awesome. I mean, it's the best high school you could ask for around. It's just the heart and the pride and the tradition we have here, just unparalleled.
Yeah. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone?
I'd like to shout out Coach Theobald and everybody out there on the field right now.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tom and Cheyenne. Central's ball at their own 42, 4th and 3. And Black is going to punt it unless they try to fake it here, which I would not be surprised. But let's see what they do. And Black will punt. And a decent kick will drop down. And
I think the punt was definitely a good decision there.
It'll give Jackson Memorial just over 2 minutes.
You know they don't have much of a kicking game tonight, so field goals are going to be pretty desperate if...
And we got our last player profile. This is number 80, Brandon Hirsch for Jackson Memorial. He is a junior. He's undecided as far as where he wants to go to college, but he wants to study sports medicine, and his favorite pro team is the Giants. A lot of Giants fans on the field tonight. Jackson Memorial will have the ball. 2:05 left, 14-13. 1st and 10 on the 26. And a run, it looks like that was Matt DeMoore. And timeout, official timeout, as a Central player is down.
Not what?
And you know, it's a shame to see a player down, but that does help Jackson Memorial.
Definitely not what Central Regional wanted there.
As players on the sidelines take a knee, Central Regionals players. And I'll give both teams a little opportunity to rest here. These last hard-hitting moments of the game. You know, injuries are a part of the game. They can be very scary, especially head injuries with this sport, and you never want to see any player go down. It's a difficult situation, but they put their all on the fields, and I have the utmost respect for them for doing that. But the athletic trainers and their doctors do the best that they can to keep them safe and keep them healthy and help them whenever they are injured. And the league, the NJSIAA, has done all they can to help bring down the rate of injuries.
See it at all levels of football, high school, pro, and college.
So we're going to take a minute for a commercial break here. Score is 14-13.
Played a dominant role in American history
and continues to be a major powerhouse today. Join me as we journey to one destination among the original 13 colonies.
Situated about halfway between New York City and Philadelphia, Jackson Township, New Jersey, is one of America's best places to live, work, and to play. Established in 1844, the town was named after President Andrew Jackson. Its primary economic driver at the time was agriculture, and while some farms still exist, Jackson Township has transitioned from a rural to a developing community. Its population has more than doubled since 1980, and today, Jackson Township is home to around 58,000 residents. Known by many as the gateway to the Jersey Shore, it's the largest township in Ocean County and the third largest in the state.
And we are back. Score is 14-13, Central Regional over Jackson Memorial. That was Neil Harrington injured on the play. Jackson Memorial is loud, and the ball is fumbled, and it's recovered by Barker. That was Golick who fumbled that off the handoff, and they're going to rush it for another play, it seems.
Definitely been his Achilles heel tonight. It looks like his 5th fumble there.
And Barker is going to look downfield, trying to avoid a sack. The throw is out of bounds.
This is going to be 4 down.
6.
That's going to be the previous play on your screen right now.
That might be the deciding factor right there.
The sack. And this is probably going to decide the game right here on a 4th and 6 attempt.
The game is on Danny Barker's hands right now. And let's see what they can do. Barker fumbles it, and it's recovered by Central Regional. As a player down.
And it looks like this should pretty much wrap up the game as ball security here. As you see on that play, it's just hurt Jackson Memorial all night long. And it's going to be the way that they're going to exit this game, unfortunately, as upwards of 8 to 9 fumbles have just plagued this Memorial offense.
Mikey Golick is definitely playing hurt tonight, and it's a shame. And this has been a hard-fought game for both teams. It's a shame for Jackson Memorial as they did all they can, but you know, Mike Bickford is unstoppable on the field. And it's a shame for Central Regional because they have a good team too, and unfortunately, they won't be able to. They won't be able to play the playoffs this year, so they're going to try to run the ball. Timeout, it looks like. Jackson Memorial, 2nd and 10. And they're just going to keep running it probably to kill the clock. So if you're Jackson Memorial, you may get lucky enough to have one more shot. Looking at the clock, if
This would be a huge statement for the Central Regional team coming up from the B South division up to the A South and beating the reigning A South champions. It's really going to be a huge statement here as they try to really break through in their inaugural season.
And it'll be a 2nd and 4 situation on the 17. And they're probably going to run it here. And they will. And ref blows the whistle, and another timeout will probably be called. And it's 1:05 left, so if you can force a 4th down, they can't run the clock out just enough. But the key word there is force the 4th down. And
I don't see why you don't try to kick the field goal here if you're get to that 4th down for Central Regional. Make sure that a Memorial field goal doesn't change the decision of this game.
And Jackson is going to have possibly one more opportunity. As both teams are lined up here.
3rd down, 4.
And let's see what happens. And a run, and he will be short of the 1st down, it seems. That'll be Bickford, so they're going to run the clock down as much as they can. And you might get lucky here, Jackson Memorial.
They might get one more possession here if they choose to go for it.
And it'll be interesting to see what they do. They'll probably call a timeout to stop the clock once it runs down. And that they will. Timeout, Central Regional. Stop the clock, 21.5 seconds left.
Unless this 4th down is converted, it seems like Memorial is probably going to get one Hail Mary shot.
And that is if they don't get the 1st down, which I assume they are going to push as hard as they can, because that'll do it for the game if they can do it. And we got a couple of events coming up. We had the blood drive tonight for Jackson Memorial. We have the fall play at Jackson Memorial coming up October 14th through 14th and 16th. That is Charlotte's Web. Tickets, I believe, are on sale soon. And we've got Jackson Memorial's homecoming football game on October 7th and their homecoming dance on October 8th. Tickets are on sale for that for students. Students of all ages can go. And we get set for a 4th down play here. A big 4th down for Central Regional. And this will determine if they can beat Jackson Memorial. And they'll be stopped short of the 1st down. So Jackson Memorial will get one play here to try to get the win. And this is going to be very interesting. And official timeout for measurement, so maybe they won't get the opportunity.
We're going to see one last, maybe a shot or two downfield as Memorial is not going to get more than.
And it's interesting to see what will happen here. And it'll be one last opportunity here for Jackson Memorial. And it'll be interesting to see if they go for a Hail Mary or just hand it off to Mikey. And it'll be a sack. And that will do it. Unless they try to rush it here. They'll rush one more play. Can they get it off? And that'll do it. And final score, 14-13, Eagles over the Jaguars. And a heartbreaking loss for Jackson Memorial here. And what a game that was. It was a very hard-fought game. The 1 point on the missed field goal, and that cost it. So that's a very difficult loss for.
And for those of us supporting Crosstown Liberty Lions, they are on their way to a 36-0 loss against Lakewood at home. So not a great weekend for Jackson football, but a fun one nonetheless.
And both teams are shaking hands here. So we're gonna take a look at today's crew before we wrap this one up. We have Mr. Farone as our director. We have Mr. Noble as our producer and live stream manager. We have our technical director, Dylan Miller. There you see him. We have Rachel Martingano, our slow motion control. John Jensen, our graphics and audio. Steven Skillman, our camera operator. Cheyenne Newfield, our on-field reporter. Cole Moore, our camera operator. And we have Garrett Boonis, another camera operator. Abby Valster, another camera operator. And Sydney Bacher, another camera operator. And then we got Billy Bates, our sideline camera operator. And of course, we have our commentators for tonight's game. Myself, John Gallagher, and
Max Sullivan.
And it's been a great game tonight, 14-13, the final score. And it's been a great game, and it's been great working with you, Max.
Same.
And it's been another edition of JTV's Game of the Week. And have a good night, Jackson.